Hi everyone, Lee Bertrand here with another edition of Real Estate Real Advice. You know, one of the questions that we get quite often particularly from first-time buyers is what do title companies do and what is their role in the real estate transaction process? So stay with me and we'll talk about what the title company does in the real estate transaction process. Title companies play a critical role in the whole transaction process for a real estate purchase. The seller must convey what's called a marketable title to the buyer for their property. The title is a group of rights to a property, and the deed itself is the legal document that transfers the title from one owner to another. So what the title company does, one of the key things that they do is that they conduct a title search in public records and other off-record sources that they might have. And what they're looking for are liens against the property. And typically, you're going to have liens. If you have a mortgage, the loan itself, that creates a lien against the property that's cleared at the closing. You may also have something like a tax lien. If you didn't pay your property taxes, you can end up with a tax lien on the property. And other things can show up. Let's say if you had a default on a credit card or something, and it was a judgment against you, that can also end up as a lien against the property. Encumbrances are really any claim against the property by someone who doesn't own the property. So that's the kind of things that they're looking for when they do a title search. And then working with their underwriters, they provide a commitment to insure the title, and that's your title insurance policy. And the title insurance protects the owner and the mortgage lender against liens and encumbrances. So that's the key thing that they do. The second thing that they do in the transaction process is provide escrow and closing services. They hold the earnest money that the buyer places at the time that they make an offer on the property. They gather all the information for the purchase contract from the lender and everybody else involved with the transaction. And then they prepare all the closing documents, the deed, which actually transfers the titles with the key thing in the closing process. And then they actually conduct the closing and they receive and disperse all of the funds for the transaction. So that gives you some idea in a nutshell what title companies do. And we'll see you on the next version of Real Estate Real Advice.